So as a golfer, I don't think there's many things better when you're playing than standing up with an iron in your hand and getting that lovely strike where you feel you hit the ball a decent distance with nice accuracy, hopefully nice and close to the flag if it's a perfect number, but even if it's a little bit of a miss hit, we'd like it to be closer to the flag. But unfortunately, certainly a lot of golfers I see face to face and lots of comments I get on my channel are too many golfers don't get that nice powerful strike. So when I listen to golfers talk about the golf swing, they talk about lots and lots of different positions in their golf swing, working on those, kind of hoping that that strike and that impact will take care of itself. Well, I'm going to give you a different way of thinking about it today. I'm going to talk about maybe reverse engineering your golf swing. So we're going to talk about learning what impact's actually like and then kind of building your swing around that. So, might sound odd, but if I said to most golfers, get into your address position, most golfers will do a pretty decent job of setting up to the golf ball. And I say, now, show me where you would like to be at impact. Rehearse your swing slowly and show me where you'd like to be at impact. Yeah. And they'll make their move and they'll come back and they'll almost try and get back at impact where they were at address. But none of the best ball strikers in the world do that. What they do is they're into that address position and then by impact, they've got a lot more weight into that lead side. The body's turning out the way much more. So we see an impact position much more like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at address, rehearse the impact position, and then just make some little swings trying to get that. Now I'm going to use TrackMan as a bit of feedback. And what I like to see, obviously, with good strike, is we want ball and then ground contacts. We'd like the lowest point of the golf swing ahead or after the ball. We want to see less loft being delivered at impact. And therefore, for the club head speed that we're making, we want to see that ball speed maximum. So we're going to go address, rehearse that impact position just a couple of times. And then we're almost just going to swing back to waist height and try and recreate that. So about waist height, shift into that lead side, turn the body out the way, and that should collect. As long as we touch the ground, a lot of golfers, because they're used to bottoming out back here, they'll kind of miss the ground and top and thin it. So we want to feel that if that's where my golf ball is, I want to shift that way, turn out the way. And these first few shots, I don't really care how far the ball's going. This is just a case of get that nice strike on it. Okay, so we could see there. Low point 5.7 inches ahead, clubs travelled down 7 degrees, launched at 11. Now that is very, very low when you think that this 7-iron's got 31 degrees, so I turn that into 11. But we want to see lots and lots of loft off on the shorter swing, and then as you put a bit of length into the swing, then you'll start seeing it creep up a little bit, but certainly we don't want to be seeing anywhere near 31 degrees. So we do a few from there, rehearse, and then small swing. So a little bit over to the right-hand side, but again, we still see some good numbers there. So once, obviously I'm going to run through this a little bit quicker, but we're then going to build a little bit of length into the swing and see if we can maintain those feels. And this really does get addictive. This is definitely a drill I love working on for my ball striking, and I could probably spend my whole practice session just working on this drill. So again, we're going to set up, rehearse where we want to be, then be a little bit longer. You can see 74 mile an hour, 6 inches ahead, 12.5 degrees launch, carrying at 139, rolling out 155. Now, when I do this drill face-to-face with golfers, it's amazing. Very often, even just that kind of swing, they start hitting the ball further than when they're making their normal swing. Because we don't see this, we start seeing more of this impact position with a lot of golfers. But work on it, and as we build to full swing, you actually might find that slightly shorter than full, you find it easier to get into that nice, powerful impact position. So again, we're going to rehearse impact and make that slightly longer swing. So nearly 80 mile an hour club speed, nearly 4.5 inches ahead, launching at 16, carrying 153. Now, I do appreciate when a lot of golfers are practicing, they don't get feedback about what the club's doing. But on a lot of driving ranges nowadays, the tech on there, whether it be TrackMan range or Top Tracer, ball speed is something that you can get measured very, very easily. Or there are some very, very inexpensive launch monitors. Not saying they're always perfectly accurate, but as long as you see an increase in club head speed and ball speed, you're doing what we're talking about here. So again, we're going to go rehearse, and then just slightly shorter than full for me. We can see 84 mile an hour, 4.5 inches ahead, 115, nearly 116 ball speed and 160 carry. So that one doesn't quite feel full, but I do get most of my club head speed there. So I'm just going to do one last one that's slightly less than full. So from here, rehearse that impact position. Probably even for me, could feel like I get more into that lead side. Didn't feel quite out the middle of the golf club, but 84 mile an hour club speed, 3.5 inches ahead, launching at 16.5, ball speed at 114, carry at 159. And then finally, work up into what feels that full swing. But again, always want you to get that rehearsal. You see, for me there, I don't always want to go that way too much. Kind of get a little shift and turn. So more exaggerated into that full swing. 87 mile an hour club speed, 4.5 inches ahead, launching at 15, 117 ball speed and 163. And I'll be honest, even when I'm working on this, I don't do loads with my full swing because I definitely feel with me, with my full swing very often, I only get that low point maybe just ahead of the golf ball, maybe keep a little bit too much loft for my liking on there, and the strike's not quite as powerful. And that is a comment I get a lot about golfers. They say, even though they might have hit a few out the middle before, like that, they talk about when they get that correct impact position, how much more powerful it is. And what we've got to remember is when you hit the ball in the middle of the club face, if you present less loft, you get more energy from the club head into the golf ball, which obviously helps you hit it further. So we're going to go one final one. We're going to set up. We're going to rehearse that impact position. We're going to put that swing on it. Tiny bit thin. So we can see 86 mile an hour, 3 inches ahead, 111 ball speed and 153 carry. So like I said, for most golfers, if we can reverse engineer the strike, so not worry about what's going on back here, just at address, rehearse that impact position, and then start building the swing, and can we create that forward shaft lean, that low point ahead, get some compression into the golf ball. It's amazing how your ball striking will really jump up, your distance will jump up, and surprisingly for most golfers, the control they get on the direction is much, much better. But remember, this can be addictive. We don't want you overdoing it, but make sure whenever you get a chance to practice, it's real quality. And if you can do this, I guarantee you'll hit some of the best shots you've ever hit.